Let's upcycle this black Henley by replacing the buttons on the placket with some homemade silver ones. These here are the buttons in question. Now before I add them to the Henley, I'm going to show you how I made them. I started by cutting the original plastic buttons off the Henley and then using them to trace out the right size on my silver. Then I went ahead and pounded out a bunch of silver discs from some 20 gauge sheet, which is just under 1 millimeter thick. After that, I soldered a little ring together and hammered it out on this mandrel in order to make a perfectly circle. Placed that on the top of the button metal that I had pumped out and soldered it all together. Next, I'm putting some pilot holes for the button and drilling those out. Then to start the finishing process, I drop them in some sulfur to oxidize them, getting them nice and black and dark. And then I sand off the highlights. That finished the buttons off, so I took them and I stitched them onto my Henley. Now I'm stitching these on with a red thread. I am intentionally stitching the thread on as this little X that crosses over the cross that I've added to the button, which I think looks really sharp together. And here we have it. Black Henley with sterling silver buttons. The way that the oxidized silver just like